Daniel Ferrer with the Patriot Kids Foundation. So good to see you.
Well, thank you, Vanessa, for having me here once again on RSBN, like always. It's a huge privilege. I was telling her before camera, it's a huge privilege to be able to hold this microphone every event we go together.
Yes, and we met at a Trump rally in Miami a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And we've just become great friends. Daniel and his family are wonderful people, and they're like my second family now. But Daniel is a kid that is doing great things, and everyone who meets us, he's going to be president one day, he's going to be governor one day. He's got big things ahead for him in the future. We're so proud of you. Well, let's talk about your organization, Patriot Kids Foundation.
Yes, Patriot Kids Foundation. Well, a little backstory I've told it various times for people who are new to RSBN or haven't heard me. Patriot Kids Foundation is an organization I started in 2021 because I started seeing a huge rejection from children in my schools and my close friends, from kids to our history, to everything that means American patriotism, to everything that means love to America, our patriotic symbols, all of this that makes America different. They started rejecting it. And I started studying, I started reading history books by my own side, and I started saying, wow, America is nothing like they're telling us. America is an exceptional nation that respects everyone's individual rights and that really cares about everyone. But they try to change the view of everyone and for every kid from young ages. And I started saying to my mom, we got to do something. We got to fix this. So we started the foundation in 2021. I had then in 2022 the honor of meeting Mr. President Trump. And I always tell everyone that that day I had two marvelous and the best blessings of all. The first one was to meet you, and the second to meet President Trump.
Yeah, I told you they're like family now, but I think that, God puts us in places to meet people, and that's what CPAC is all about. We've been talking about this all week.
Yes.
That CPAC is like this. It's like a family reunion. You come to these events, you come in, and a lot of these people are strangers, but you leave as friends, and they're lifelong friends, and that was exactly what happened that day. He was actually a special guest to President Trump at that Miami rally. We interviewed you on RSBN. We actually had a rain shower that day, and we were all hunkered down. It was like quick, maybe 3 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was right next to his family. That's when we hit it off, and then he went backstage and met President Trump. And so, we've been friends this whole time. Patriot Kids Foundation doing great things. Tell people what you do. What does the foundation do?
Well, our biggest objective right now is to make the next generation of founding fathers in America. And we do this through various projects that we are elaborating and that we have right now. The first one, and these two are the most important that we're doing and that are necessary for America right now. The first one is to educate children from very young ages, from schools like pre-kinder, elementary, middle school, all these young ages about American history, about our founding history. We have to teach the children of America what America really stands for.
And how is the foundation doing it?
Well, we're doing it through for example, we're doing at schools, we're doing conferences in wherever the school gives us places to do conferences. We'll do conferences explaining this to children. We'll do, for good examples, we are doing raffles. We're doing stuff that children will be engaged with this project, because we believe that if you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you're going to.
And you're a big advocate as well for children learning the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence as well, because so many kids don't know that. They're not learning.
Of course, they don't know that our most important document, the document that creates America, which is our birth certificate, is the Declaration of Independence. Why? Because it tells government, hey, the people's rights come from God. And that's the first limit on government, to tell them, you stop here, and from here on, it's the people's rights. And the Declaration of Independence says that we give the consent to the governed, we, the governed, give the consent to the government to do what they have to do, which is protect our rights. That's why government is there. Not a lot of people know this. Not a lot of people know that God is not just part of the equation of our freedoms and of our liberties. God is the center of it. The schools want to tell us that he's just a bit a little tiny part. They don't even tell us that. He's not part of the equation, what they tell us in schools. He's the center of our freedoms. A lot of people don't know and don't recognize that even in our Pledge of Allegiance, when it says that we are one nation under God, they don't think, well, something just saying. I didn't know that when I was a kid. When I was younger, I didn't know what it meant. But now I do. It means that our basis is with God.
Yes.
That we are exactly one nation under God, that we follow the principles that God has in the Bible. And a lot of people don't know this. And this is what we want to teach kids. Because if we wait until they're in university or until they're in college,
It's too late.
it's too late.
Yes.
A lot of foundations are waiting at outside of the colleges, outside of the universities, and they're like, well, they have signs up, right? This same table, signs up against abortions, against this, against that, pro-life. And they don't know that that doesn't do anything. Sometimes it's even worse.
Well, I will give props to these organizations who are trying to get to the college kids because a lot of times college kids go off to school and then they get brainwashed by professors and people like that. However, what the Patriot Kids Foundation is doing is reaching the kids before they move off, and that's where Daniel comes into play and his organization. How can people donate? Because donations is what you need to keep this foundation going and get into more schools.
Well, everyone can go to my website, patriotkids.foundation. I'll repeat that, patriotkids.foundation. They can send me a seller through my phone number, and it's also the phone number of the foundation, 804-510-6988. I'll repeat that, 804-510-6988. They can help me through everything. Every little piece of sand helps out. We have to make sure that America keeps on the line of what our founding fathers set forth in 1776. And if we don't, we're going to see our nation a few years from now burned to ashes.
Yes, and so we need you to, you have a little one at home and you want them to get involved. Daniel is the person to talk to because 12 now.
12, yes.
12 years old. He's grown before my eyes. He walked in yesterday and we said, there's Daniel. And I thought I was looking at a grown man already. You just, grew so fast since the last time I've seen you. So that's what happens at this age. But he's 12 years old. This is what he's doing. So your kids can get involved as well. And it takes a village to get things like this going and save our country. So get involved with the Patriot Kids Foundation. Let your child know about it. Go donate to the foundation as well. Every dollar helps, so we can get to more schools and help more kids around his age level, his age group, and learn about the history of America so we can teach them at a young age to make America great again. Daniel, so good to see you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. It's always a pleasure to be here on RSBN.
Thing too, we want to get those numbers up on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is Daniel_Ferrer, Ferrer 2011, and I'm almost about to pass you. Daniel_Ferrer 2011.
Mine is at Vanessa Broussard News, I believe. So follow us both. We share a lot of each other's stories.
Of course, yeah.
Each other's stories. So yes. Let him pass me. He deserves it. Daniel, so good to see you. Thanks
so
for
good.
stopping by.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back here on Northside Broadcasting Network.